Hello everyone, this is how to disassemble your Mossberg 940 JM Pro. The first thing you're going to want to do is unscrew the magazine extension tube. Now, the textbook way of doing this is unscrewing the very end cap. However, I like taking off the whole extension together just because it captures the spring a little bit more. And just keep in mind that when you are taking off that magazine tube extension, that it is under tension from that spring. So you don't want it to try and shear off any of those threads on the magazine tube. Once that pops off, you can take the fore end off, and once the fore end is off, you can take off the barrel. Now keep in mind, if you have shot it a lot without cleaning like me, the gas piston can get stuck. So make sure that you free up the gas piston when taking off the barrel, and that should all be able to slide off. Next, you can take off the rest of the parts off the mag tube, which includes the spacer, pusher assembly, gas system return spring, and forearm retainer. And just keep in mind that the magazine follower may pop out of the mag tube when disassembling this part. Next, we can start taking off the bolt assembly by taking off the charging handle. Then you're going to want to push in the bolt release. And this will unlock the entire bolt assembly, slide assembly, as well as the link. Now it's all going to slide out of place nicely. Next, you're going to want to take out the trigger housing pins, and keep in mind they are unidirectional. Mine go from the blank of the receiver side towards the chambered side of the receiver. So make sure that when you're reassembling that you follow the same direction. Once that trigger assembly comes out, you can get towards the cleaning process. And I also want to make note that when you're cleaning the gas piston, that there is 3 gas rings, and the topmost ring is a retaining ring. It's the only one that's under tension. So you can use whichever tool that you have at your disposal to get it off. And to reassemble, you're going to do the exact reverse process of this disassembly. You're going to put in the trigger housing group. You're going to put in the trigger housing pins. And again, going from the blank side of the receiver towards the chambered side. Then you're going to want to take the bolt assembly and slide assembly and the link as well and put that back into the receiver, and make sure to float that link a little bit, meaning that you have to lift it a little bit to sit inside of a plunger that goes into the back of the receiver, and you'll be able to tell that you've got it in the right spot because you can move the entire bolt assembly back. Now you won't be able to move it back all the way. You'll have to push down on the bolt release in order to get that past there. Then you can put in the charging handle and then slide that bolt all the way to the back. Next, you're going to want to put on all the parts that go on the magazine tube, which includes starting with that magazine tube follower, the forearm retainer, the gas system return spring, the pusher assembly, the spacer, and then take the gas piston and put it back into the gas cylinder that is attached to the barrel. Then you can put on the barrel, and then you're going to want to put the forearm back on, and you may need to give it a little bit of some extra juice. And then I put the magazine spring back into the mag tube while using my hands to kind of guide the spring from going left to right. And remember, when you're screwing back on that mag tube extension, it does have this clicking / ratcheting mechanism. And when it stops clicking and ratcheting, you're at the end of your threads, and don't over tighten it. Hopefully that makes this a little bit easier when you're trying to disassemble and put things back together. Remember to check out the rest of the channel and have fun out there.